Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to use this cake right here to help me give you a better understanding of how the story limit works within BCC. See, whenever I'm talking to people and I drop the fact that they're subject to a 2-story height limit for their renovation extension, their mind instantly assumes, well, stories must mean levels, right? And I mean, it must be a cumulative thing across the entire site, right? Yeah, not quite. So the first thing you need to know is that a story, by definition, is a space between a floor and a ceiling above. So it's a space between a hard surface down below and a hard surface up above. The next thing you need to know is that it is measured at each and every point across the site. Now this is where the cake comes in. I like to say to people, think of it as if you're putting a knife through a cake. You need to make sure that each and every point you cut through, you do not go through more than 2 layers. So let me show you what I mean here. So if we assume this is your house, you've got 3 different levels. So you've got the vanilla level, the chocolate level, and the vanilla level. So if we were to cut through this front layer right here, you would see that you've gone through 1 layer. Turn it side on, again, 1 layer, 1 story. Now, let's say you were to go through this point right here. Again, 2 layers. Turn it side on again, 2 layers. Now, what happens if you were to go through, let me just get rid of my excess cake here. Actually, I'm going to put that down there. What if we were to go through here? I know what you're thinking. 3 layers, right? I mean, we've got vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, right? Yeah, not quite. Let me see if this works. Oh, my cake's crumbling. Stick with me, cake, you can do it. So, if my idea has worked, what you will see, oh, it's not so clear. Work with me here, use your imagination. But what you should see is a hollowed out section underneath there. My cake's kind of fallen forwards. But that hollowed out section there is meant to represent like an undercroft. So if that undercroft had dirt down below, it would not have a floor, a hard surface at the bottom. Yes, it has a ceiling, but it does not have that hard surface down below. So therefore, it does not have a story in that location there. So what have we got? We got 1 story. We got 1 story, 2 story. 1 story, 1 story, 2 story. Again, use your imagination here. My cake idea hasn't quite worked out the way I wanted. But basically, you have no more than 2 stories. Let me just turn that on side on again and then back again. No more than 2 stories at any cut point. But what if you were to cut through? Oh, it's all crumbling on me. Oh, I'm going to have fun eating this later. But what if you were to cut through that point right there? Well, as you can see, you have 3 clear layers in this location. So you've got the vanilla, the chocolate, and the vanilla again. So this point here, the house is defined as a 3-story house. So it meant 2-story or 1-story and 2-story everywhere else. But this location right here, we've suddenly ticked the 3-story box. So how do you work around that? Well, the first option, obviously, is to dig out an undercroft under there. So remove your floor from the bottom level. Next option, potentially take your ceiling. Oh, look at this. No, it's not working for me. I was going to peel off like the top layer of the cake. Work with me here again. Imagination. Take your ceiling off and then you've got the floor. So it's like a rooftop deck or something without a roof up the top. Again, that would be not defined as a story. So you'd have 1-story, 2-story, rooftop deck. Or in the undercroft example, you'd have undercroft, 1-story, 2-story. The other option is basically you just take that top layer off and you again go back to a 2-story house. So hopefully that cake idea has kind of worked. Didn't work as well as I'd hoped. I thought the undercroft would be nice and clear underneath. Like I said, use your imagination. The moral of the story, or the point I want to get across in today's video, is firstly, a story is defined as a space between a floor and a ceiling, hard surface, and it's measured each and every cut point across the house. So you need to run that knife through every single portion of the house to check that you comply. If you don't, you've then got to get a bit creative in terms of how you move things around to make sure that there's no more than those 2 layers overlapping at any one point. Now, there is a little bit more to this whole topic, like we talk about basements, the fact that a basement, which is a structure that sticks no more than 1 meter out of the ground, it doesn't classify as a story. So if you have a sloping block and you have a floor that comes, like a basement level that comes out here, and it sticks no more than 1 meter out of the ground at the very end portion, that basement doesn't count towards your story limits. There's a few other technicalities, but I really just wanted today to get into the whole, how do you calculate the story limit in terms of where is it measured from type question. So I think that covers off everything I want to talk about. as I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got three. Number one, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number two, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number three, what was my number three? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all.